I don't know what this building is. Oh, gap. I hope they're not stingers. Wonder if there's any fish in here. So anyway, you know, I feel a lot better actually having come down here. I've never been down here. I've worked for, you know, like many years in this, but I've never been onto this like bit of canal. Oh, somebody's alarm's going off. Obviously that's me intruding on their path. Yeah, so I came out. I was just taking an hour off from work. I came out just to have just to let Lels and Steam have a bit of, have a bit of a rant, to be honest. And yeah, that's nice. I mean, apart from the graffiti, that's when you see like the water reflected on that. It's really nice. Canal boating looks so kind of peaceful. But the only time I ever went on a canal barge, so to speak, it was I don't know whether it was a friend of mine that was hiring it or whether they owned it, but they invited us down, and I thought this is lovely. And got on there and it started the engine, and it was dirty, noisy, like diesel and shit spilling out, and it was it was a bit of a bit different to what I expected, and not as pleasant as it actually looks when you see it on, you know, television programs like Canal Diaries, and but it's still, I find it very nice and peaceful walking down canals. Not that I do it very often, because you can see there's kind of people down here that would put graffiti on walls and probably graffiti you if given half a chance. So I don't know how far I have to walk down here before I can, you know, cross over, but Unite Union. It's great. So what I want to do actually, eventually, is kind of walk around and film stuff around towns, and for the main reason is that I like to talk to different people. I need the exercise, and so the two things marry up perfectly for me. I'm not shy in coming forward and talking to strangers, and I might get to hear some, you know, fantastic stories. Even that's nice. That's lovely. So yeah, the main reason for this video is basically I'm just like literally having a real low one today, and it's, do you know what, I watch a lot of like spiritual videos on YouTube channels, and you try all this, you try all this stuff, you know. If you want abundance, you know, you wish for something, and then you don't think about it, and then it will happen. But you know, if you want to ask the universe for something, just ask them in a nice way, keep it short, and then forget about it, and they'll make it happen. But it's very difficult when you've got a medical issue, when you've got blood pouring out of you on a daily basis, and yeah, just now, a few minutes ago, it's pretty bad. And even though I don't feel ill or dizzy or lightheaded or anything, you know, I am seriously worrying about it. And it's one of those things that you can't not think about. You can't say, oh right, well, if the university wants to kind of get me fixed, it's gonna, you know, I need to stop thinking. But you can't not think about it, because every time you pass water, it's there. It's, you know, fucking blood in the water. I've got a respiratory problem as well, which doctor said, and I said to my doctor the other day, I said, I've got this respiratory. Is it right? Is it normal that it comes and goes? Oh yeah, it's normal that respiratory issue. But surely if something comes and goes and it's there for a long time, surely that becomes a condition. Again, I've kind of wished for good health, and none of this is working. None of this happens. It's so I'm not a disbeliever in anything. I have an open mind. And they say engage with your heart with things, and good things will return. And I do engage with my heart, but then I just kind of like I just have even more shit flung at me. Now I'm just kicking off with a cold as well, so it's like that's really kind of like doing my head in as well. It literally just started this morning. I thought, thanks, absolutely 100% thanks. Yeah, I'm not sure what I need to do. Like, if this universe thing is for real, then I feel like I've been tested my whole life. I feel like every single thing I've ever tried in my life has ended with obstacles. I mean, I suppose, even like, I've never had the courage to actually stop something that I should have stopped. So I mean, I was in a job for 13 years, and did I enjoy it? I think I was just relieved to have a job, and that's been my whole kind of feeling all my life, is fear of, if I leave this job, what will I have? And so for 13 years I was in a job, and it was like, it's all right, but I wanted to move on, and I didn't move on, and then I found myself unemployed, because I had to go on sick, because my knee stopped working, and it was like changing gender. I decided to go down that route, and all of a sudden I ripped my anterior cruciate ligament, and so that kind of curtails life as well when you do something like that. So then I was I got myself kind of strained. I started to do a degree, and the degree was a real test. It was very, very hard, and towards the end of a degree, in my sort of second year, I suppose, I was kind of thinking, okay, let's push hard now, because I really want to go into a profession that helps people. I really want to, maybe do sort of like clinical psychology. And again, I was probably weak in my mindset, because what happened was the government withdrew all funding for psychologists in mental health. So, and this was about like 2006 or 2005. So it was like, and knowing how many students finish university, like about 250 psychology, 70 universities, you can do the math. You've got to have a first really to actually stand any chance of doing anything. And then I guess this is kind of what's happened all along. I try something, and something goes wrong. So my latest one was I was really enjoying sort of like doing YouTube videos and stuff, which is great. But what I really wanted to do, what I really needed to do, is get fit. So I thought, right, okay, perfect idea. I got to attach a microphone, and it's coincidentally my friend said, would you like my mobile phone? Because she has multiple new mobile phones. So I said, oh yeah, okay, fine, thank you. That's amazing. I will. And it turned out it's actually quite useful for making videos, and that's the one I'm using right now. Obviously, I'd like to upgrade that at some point, but it's not that necessary. I'm just checking the time. Mobile phone. Had a little microphone already, and now I've recently bought some wireless microphones, so Bluetooth microphones, which is probably a lot better. And some point I want to upgrade away from a mobile phone to a kind of handheld GoPro thing. Walk around, make some videos around the towns. It get me fit. It means I'm engaging with people on a regular basis, and perfect idea. For the summer. So what happens? Something happens downstairs, and I start bleeding, and I'm really, really worried about walking anywhere and doing anything. So again, it's like obstacles put in my way. So, universe, like, and I'm talking to you now. What the fuck do you want me to do? What the fuck have you got in store for me? I do hear that you present ideas to people, and they're there to help people and run with it, and that's exactly what you've done with me, and that's exactly what I've done. And then you kind of stop that. So what are you testing me for? What do I need to know? Where am I going with this? It's really, really pissing me off, and a lot of people must feel like this now. All I want to do is catch a break. I'm not looking to make, fortunes or money out of YouTube. I like to post things on YouTube because that's what I do. I've got, music reaction channel. I got like a paranormal stroke old channel that I use for videos. So, I'm doing stuff on YouTube, but I really want to get some exercise, and this is perfect for me. So why are you putting obstacles in my way? It's just like, I don't understand it. I think I'm gonna say very clearly now, I think this universe stuff is crap. It's bullshit. So if you can hear me, strike me down now. If I'm abusing you, because at the moment I'm effing angry. I'm effing angry that this keeps happening to me, and I've always had a positive, progressive outlook. I always like try and think and feel with my heart, but you're really just fucking me off at the moment. And I do apologise for swearing, but you get to that point when you see the world is in such a mess, and around your society and governments, and you kind of want to at least redress the balance within yourself and try and make things right in your own little kind of like bubble, so that you can if you can spread a bit of love, you can think and feel with your heart a little bit more rather than your head, the cynical part of you. And yet you still won't. If you want to spread light into the world, stopping people from trying to be good and do good things, it's not the way to do it. So you know what? You can go and fuck yourself. I really don't care anymore. I'm still going to try my best, but I don't believe in any of this like spiritual crap anymore. I will be the nice, good person to myself, my friends, and the people that I encounter, as I've always have done. But if you don't want to fix me, don't fix me. And I really don't give a shit. And that's really, I just wanted to get this off my chest, because he's been getting me down the last few days. He's been getting me down today. And you can put on a brave face. In the end, you just got to lash out. Got to lash out at the universe. And I still, my heart is still, feels good and free. And I still got love for people. But, I'm just not buying into this bullshit anymore. It's literally just another thing to keep people in a place. Oh, if you want something, don't think about it and it will come to you. Well, yeah, but then you don't get it. If you spread love to other people, well, that's kind of like just saying, don't get upset if people are real CUNTs. Give them a bit of love back. It's just bullshit, and it comes from people living in very, very nice places as well in the world, who don't actually, live in a nitty gritty of a city. Here comes a barge, by the way. Lovely. Anyway, I didn't want, I'm out in such a beautiful place. Apart from the graffiti, it is rather nice, and I just wanted to, free myself a little bit with this stuff, so I can focus on reality then. And the reality is, I'm 58 years old. I've got, a couple of medical issues that I'm supposed to be on a waiting list, but who knows? I've not really got that much money. I've squandered a lot of money through gambling and stuff. My problem. And I can get up there. And it's I've gotten a bit sort of fed up with stuff, and so just need to I guess not think too much about all this bullshit like stuff with the universe and that. I think I know what kind of person I am. I know I'm sort of a good person, and that's what I should just continue being, really. I'm trying to figure out a way to get across this bridge, by the way. This is I might have to go down, see where it takes me. I don't know where I'm going now. I'm going down into a very dark tunnel. So just Jesus, that's a long tunnel. Right, I'm going to go down there and see where that comes out. So I'm just going to switch to the front cam. So at least my mind is now focused on this very dark tunnel. Jeez Louise. I hope there's no spiders down here. But yeah, you know, if the universe wants to do what it does, and it is a real thing, then I think it will come out. But I'm not even going to give it a second thought now. I like the people that I like the people that make the videos on YouTube about you know, the universe and stuff, and you know, abundance and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's positive stuff, but I think it is like what one of the YouTubers said. Spiritual person said. She said, well, you know, there are people who have rituals. They've watched so much stuff. They've read so many books. They have like 27,000 rituals, and none of them work because it's all bullshit. And I suppose that really I should say, well, maybe the same applies to what you're saying. So, okay, if you're going to do me any good, you're going to do me some good. If you're not, you're not. And shit, this tunnel's getting really narrow. I'm kind of having to lean into this gate thing. But it's a nice sight ahead. It's going to come out into a very sort of wide pool type area now. Building going up ahead, so I'm just going to find my route out of here now, which is a fun little adventure now. I don't know where the hell I am, but I need to sort of get up and around and back. There all seems to be building going on in Birmingham, and I don't know when it will ever end. I'm not sure whether they're building offices. Oh, it looks like apartments probably. There seems to be like millions of apartments, and that's, you know, that makes sense, you know, because, you know, there is a situation of shortage of housing, and it's funny because we talk about being underpopulated, people aren't having as many kids, but they seem to be running out of housing pretty quick. So, and there seems to be people on long waiting lists. I'll have to be it's a bit of a slope coming up, so I'm just going to watch where my steps going, because with my knees, things tend to go pretty Pete Tong pretty quickly. Just walking down. Ooh, somebody coming past on a bike, and nearly scared the bejesus out of me. I don't know what's going on there. There's a lot of people. I've really got to try and sort of like get up and out. No, another dead end. This is yeah, I'm going to have to try and find a way out pretty soon. God, I'm going to bend my head again. I wonder how long these bridges have been here, how long this canal's been here. You know, Birmingham is known as the, I think it's known as the Venice of the West Midlands or something. Another set of steps that don't go nowhere, so... Alright, I think I can go up these now, so God knows where I am. But I've got to try and get back to... I really just want to get across, and there's no little bridges or anything, so... Anywho... More accommodation. Right, so I've got probably about 18 minutes to get back to the office for, I mean, that looks massive. I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm assuming that's something to do with HS2. But, cool, I don't know. I don't actually know where I am. And this is what lets it down, you know, when you see, you know, these bins absolutely full. I mean, there should be people emptying these, you know, but there's not. Absolute shithole. You know, when you've got all this, you know, lovely paving, you've got, you know, nice canal, and they got all this shit knocking about. So, okay. Ugh. Kind of back to where it was, and don't know if there's a route down there, to be honest. It looks like it's all, well, that's all fenced off, so there's no chance of getting back down there. Ooh. So I'm going to keep away from the road. Like so, I'm alright most of the time, but my knees just tend to decide, you know, they're going to do something different. I'm sure this is Curzon Street. I think this might be Curzon Street. Yeah, back in the day, as an engineer, I used to come to a place down here called O'Neill's, and it's actually really nice, a nice little bar. All those trees are really nice. I wonder if they're sycamores. Looks like sycamores. Used to be a nice little bar down here. Mick O'Neill used to be the guy that ran it. He also had a bar up Digbeth called the Adam and Eve. That was nice as well. It also had live bands, very much in tune. It was King, Pleasure and the Biscuit Boys. There was other bands, and if you think of the Commitment, that's the kinds of bands they used to have. When you're walking about and you've got breathing issues, and on top of that you've got a cold, this is kind of what you get. So I kind of gone quite far away. Look at this, like Stark. It's like industrial. This is something called the Curzon Building. Library book box return. Interesting. Huh. I think I've actually been in there, but I can't remember. You go in so many different places, like it's easy to forget. Lots of security. This must be a fire drill or something. I don't know what building this is. This is the Birmingham University. So it is a campus building. Is it Birmingham City University? Oops. Birmingham City University. Big long reception desk, not too much unlike ours. I don't know how I walked this far, to be honest. But I'll be damned if I'm going to, yeah, do you know what? I can drop down dead. As long as I'm walking, you know, this bleeding thing is you can do one. I think it'd be a lot easier if I had like a GoPro with like stabilisation on it. Because the only problem is when you're holding anything by hand, you just tend to kind of judder about a bit. You know, all credit to the likes of some of the big YouTubers that walk around cities, and you know, they're so experienced, they're so good, but they must have some they must get some like a repetitive strain injury, because some of them, I wrongly assumed, had gimbals and stuff like that, but you know, there's some big ones, big YouTubers, they just tend to hold things. I've seen Charlie Veach holding his mobile phone. I mean, literally doesn't even have a pop-out thing on the back to so he can grip it. But mind you, he might have big hands. Another Birmingham City University campus. There's quite a few around. It's actually really nice. It looks like it should be a pub. So I'm getting closer. I've got to try and get across there. I shall make it back. I shall make it to the ball. It's a shame that pub on the corner has kind of remained closed. I don't know if it's... I mean, I'm hoping that somehow it's part of the East Side complex that hosts graduation and stuff like that, but a civil enforcement officer come to see if anyone's parking illegally. It's doing a good job. How you doing? You alright? I'm just filming, by the way. It's come around to Aston Street. There's always something parked wrong there.
We're fairly regular.
Yeah. Most people are nice if you approach them in the right way. Obviously, I don't agree with. I agree with litter busters enforcing litter, but I don't agree with some of the methods they use. It's more like ambush tactics on old age pensioners, and yeah, you know, they don't tend to give people too much of a chance to actually pick the litter up. And to be honest, I think, okay, so if you can find someone who's dropping litter, they might not do it again, but it's not guaranteed, is it? And I think it'd be better if some of the revenue that they had went into actually cleaning litter up. Because I do feel sorry for some of the old age pensioners. You know, when you get to a certain age, I'm feeling this now. You know, you have to think very hard about picking. You know, if something drops on the floor, you need to approach it in the right way and pick it up. But it's easy for something to go, your back goes. And I don't think some of these younger folk who are going around nabbing people actually realise that. But they're quite happy to get the old age pensioners because, let's face it, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. They're easy targets. And I'm sure, I don't want to generalise because I'm sure they go after other people, but it does very much seem sometimes like it's a particular kind of person that they can get. So that's where I came in. It was a good walk actually, and geez, I think I don't know. I think I've done my steps for the day. And by the way, anyone who does do steps, just bear in mind it's a bit of a myth, a 10,000 step thing. That was a marketing gimmick. You know, you only need to do about 7,000. It's been proved scientifically that anything beyond 7,000 is it doesn't make much of a difference. The only thing it'll do is wear your knees out more quickly. Right, I'm nearly back. So it's a good walk. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.